Okay, when you load the Morpheus rig into your scene, you will get this full rig, which seems quite complicated to begin with. So we'll look at ways of really simplifying it down. As you can see, if you zoom in, you've got all the face controls, which you don't really need for these body exercises. You've got these extra controls here for more cartoony based, which at the moment are a little bit distracting. So let's have a look at ways of preparing it, and so that it simplifies it right down, and then I'll just give you a guided tour of the rig itself. Okay, so if you click on the large blue icon at the base of his feet, you'll see on the channel box on the right hand side, you've got these four kind of show and hide control visibilities. So ultimately you can hide the UI, which is the UI that you can use to customize all the geometry and give him different hairstyles, etc. We can hide the face rig, so as you can see now, that's really simplified the face down quite a lot. Click on the blue icon again, and we can hide the eye rig as well. So that sort of cleans up a lot of the rig. As we're dealing with body animation and posing, that's all we really need. Okay, so ultimately what we've got now are these extra controls on the upper arm and forearm and the thigh. Let's look at clearing those as well. If you click on the horizontal arrows for either the hands, that's the other side, or the legs as well, the vertical arrows are by his feet. You'll see again in your channel box on the right hand side, you've got something called bend handles. So we need to turn those off, which again is 1 is on, 0 is off. So just type 0 and you'll see that they all disappear. So that really makes the arm a little bit simple. And again for the other side, bend handles turn off, and same for the legs as well. So you can do more than one at a time. Shift select both arrows and turn off bend handles. So that really simplifies it down. What you can also do is turn off the twist fixes as well, which just gets rid of a few more icons. Same for the hands, so shift select both horizontal arrows, twist fix, turn off, and you just see that a little icon there by shoulders turns off. Okay, so now you've got the base rig that we can start animating. And as a general overview, I'll take you through the rig and all the controls now. So the main control for the hips is this square control, literally that surrounds his hips. You've got a pelvic control, which is that circle, which all that does is rotate his pelvis independently. But ultimately the main control is that square one, so you can literally move it around and rotate it, and they're the main controls. If you ever want to zero out or return the rig back to default, select the control and on the right hand side just zero everything out. That will restore all the controls back to default, and that's what you should expect with a pretty good rig at the moment. Okay, so in terms of the legs as well, the legs are what you call IK, inverse kinematics, which basically means that all you need to do is select the oval control around his feet and literally position it where you want to, and you can rotate it as well. Okay, so you can rotate and move the feet wherever you want to. So that's inverse control, where you're picking up, you're controlling the leg by the end of the leg, which is the foot. Okay. You've also got these knee controls, okay, which again are a translation, so you can move, point the knee wherever you want to, and that will allow you that extra finite control. Now, can you see when I move the foot, the knee control moves with it? Personally, I don't like that. I like an independent knee control. So whenever you move the foot, then the knee stays where it was, and you can move that independently. So the way to set that up is, if you click on the knee control, on the channel box on the right hand side, you will see parent, and at the moment it's parented to the left foot, which it makes sense is why it's behaving like it is. So click on that list and parent it to the world, which ultimately means now when I move the foot, the knee doesn't move, and you can move that independently. Okay, so that just makes a little bit more control, I think. So same for the other side. That right knee, if you look at the channel box, it's parented to the right foot, so let's parent it to the world. And generally I always find that the knee controls, move them a little bit further away like this, so that if they're too close to the actual knee itself, any little bit of movement will make exaggerate that movement in the leg. So moving it a little bit further out means that it's not as sensitive. Okay. So again, for the other side, you can pick the foot up, rotate it as you want to. So if you click on those oval controls, on the right hand menu in the channel box, you'll see some extra controls like foot roll, ball roll, toe roll, these are sort of extra controls that you can use for the foot. And the easiest way of manipulating these is to literally click on the word itself, not the value but the word, so that it highlights blue. Bring your mouse cursor anywhere in the viewport and middle mouse drag, and you will see you get that left and right horizontal control. And as you can see on his foot itself, it's rolling the ball. Okay, so you can do a foot roll, middle drag, and that lifts the foot up and down. So these are just extra controls. And again, if you want to return them back to default, just click on the value and type in 0. Okay. And again, if you want to restore both these controls back to default, under translate and rotate, just type 0, and they will all restore back to normal.